Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently in the situation where these guys just dropped in. We didn't know where they were going to drop in, but we knew they were going to, so we're kind of on the other side of the base, but we finished up the Vanguard already, so we can make our way up there. Absolutely no problem. The Vulcan is going to sprint up to about here. They might get a couple shots on the base here this first round, but we'll see. We'll see what they get. The Raven is going to sprint up over to the road here. This does give us direct LOS on one of them. It is interrupted LOS, and it's not worth firing. So we'll not fire that. That was good, though. That was very solid. I like that. The Hunchi is going to make its way as up here as it can, which isn't particularly up here. But this is why we started pulling back last turn. We knew that this was going to happen. Okay, so they have a phase 20 mover. Who is that? That is their Hussar. Fine. Oh, I didn't see these guys over here. Noted. Thanks for pointing that out, AI. We'll deal with that as soon as this phase 20 mover is dealt with. We'll take a look at where we want to send each of our people. Okay, that's a one shot on that hummingbird. Fair enough. That's not our hummingbird, so we don't particularly care. But that's a little bit annoying. So that's 5 units over there. Over here we see at least 4. I'm guessing there's another one. So we see a weapons carrier, a Venom, a Javelin, and a Chevalier. Okay. I have a bit of a plan. We're going to send the Archer up over this direction, and it has only indirect LOS. We'll see if firing on the Hussar is worth it. Not with FTL ammo, that's for sure. No, it's not worth it. So we're going to hold off on that for now. We'll see what our allies end up doing here. Currently, presumably calculating the Phoenix Hawk, okay. Yeah, fire on that Hussar. And do nothing. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. The Guillotine will move up this direction. And the plan here is that the mechs are going to respawn to the north and the vehicles to the south. So currently it is the Striker that moves. So we're going to take the Striker down over this way again. The question is, are any of these worth firing at? I doubt it at this point. So we're just going to brace. Swiftwind is deciding to join us, looks like. I'm okay with that. Of course, it doesn't really have any weapons, but that's okay. It's just a scout vehicle. Okay.
I'm here.
The J-Edgar is going to make its way over this way, and we probably want to prioritize the weapons carrier. Yeah, that's a very low HP. Followed by the Chevalier. Gotcha. We, however, can position here for right now. The J-Edgar is extremely unlikely to run out of flamer ammo, but we're still not going to fire this. We're just going to potshot the medium laser. I'm not surprised that that didn't hit.
Negative damage. Repeat.
Okay.
Negative damage.
So they have 2 phase 17 movers. That's their Javelin and their Chevalier. And we do see that there's also an Owens down here, which I'm not surprised to see.
What do you need?
I need the Harasser to turn around and start coming over this way. It won't really get there until next round, though, and that's okay. Next round, these guys won't have their massive evasive drop-in bonus, so that'll be okay. And also, that Venom just kind of sprinted over this way. That's also fine. Owens not really doing anything. Venom closing in. Okay. Interesting. Yellow Jacket. Ooh, that's going to be a big hit. I like it. Gauss Rifle right into that either arm or torso. I'm not sure which that was. That was torso. That's even better. Quad medium pulse laser on that Venom. Noted. And next round, we should be approaching engagement range. So that's ideal. Their J. Edgar moves up there. That's fine. And who's their phase 12 mover? This guy? I'm not sure, actually. The Maxim is going to make its way as over here as it can. And that's about as over here as it gets for the Maxim right now. But our vehicles are going to be able to work on this. Okay. If they had hit that large laser with 80 evasive pips, I would have been sad. But they didn't. Okay.
Commander?
Now it's the Hunchback's move. The Hunchback is looking to get in engagement range up to the north. It can't really get there this round, and that's okay. They're firing on an Owens indirect. It's not going to do much.
Yep.
The Guillotine is definitely going to make its way over to the road.
Going full throttle.
There we go. Who else do we have?
How's it going?
The Vulcan? Get out here. Do we want to engage all of them with the Vulcan, is the question. Or do we want to stay just out of LOS and force them to climb that hill? If they want to attack us. That's what we want to do. We're going to go up here. And we're just going to Vigilance. Done. Okay, who's our next move? That is the Archer. Fine. We're going to sprint the Archer forward here. We need to get onto the road, just like with the Guillotine. And this is all going to be indirect because they're down the hill. The question is any of this particularly good for firing on? And the answer is not really. This is all like 4% odds that we're not going to take. Okay, phase 19, probably one of these helicopters. That's the land air mech, actually. Firing on that Venom. Sure. Our vehicles are definitely going to be in engagement range this turn, though. Okay, the Raven can also move up over here. I want to keep it parked just out of LOS, since we can't get LOS on these guys anyway. And I'm wondering what our hit odds are like on that Owens. Not worth. So we will engage this next turn. Swiftwind moves up. Who's their phase 18 mover? I think it's down to the south. Yeah, it's down to this. Actually, it wasn't. It was at Owens.
Yes,
Okay,
Commander.
the J. Edgar, at this point, we want to go after this weapons carrier with the J. Edgar. So we're going to pop up here. This is only 3 evasive pips, so that's a bit obnoxious. But we're definitely firing the vehicle flamer, and this is very, very likely a kill on this weapons carrier. Unless we hit 3 different locations.
Confirm.
And we hit 2 different locations. Okay. And one just straight up miss. Awkward. That's okay. We'll get it next round. Locust firing on that Venom. Sure. Okay. It's now our Striker's move. And the Striker... I would love... Wait, is this side arc on this weapons carrier? This is. We're going to fire standard ammo here. We're just going to hope to get a couple of stray missiles into that back. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. Ooh, that's a big hit. Okay, that Hussar taking a lot of damage. That's what I like to see. These guys are clustered up over here. Okay, the Hussar firing on this vehicle, not killing it yet. J. Edgar moving over. 15. They have 4 movers in 15. These 2. Okay, so I was thinking about sending the Harasser over here using AoE ammo, but that's probably a DFA on a Swiftwind? Really? That's what you want to do? Okay. The Chevalier stayed pretty close together here with these guys. The Javelin spread out a little bit. Noted. However, this guy is now a prime target. That's great. The question is, does the Harasser come in on the Chevalier, or do we attempt to go for that AoE attack? I think they're not quite clumped up enough to make that worthwhile. So we'll come in on the Chevalier and hit it with the heavy flamers. This is potentially a kill on the Chevalier. Although, okay, yep, that is a kill. Perfect. I didn't think that was the damage spread we needed, but I guess it was. Wonderful. Okay, this weapons carrier, actually, there's a fire underneath it. It'll probably die. Another melee attack on that Swiftwind. And they missed. That Owens is in significant danger right now. It has no evasive pips because it missed that.
Let's do this.
The Maxim can just position directly behind it like this. It's only one evasive pip, but that's okay. This is a dead Owens right now. Just completely one-shot.
Hope we can salvage that.
Excellent. So we're hoping that the weapons carrier dies to fire damage. I'm not sure it'll take quite enough to die. It'll be awful close. Maybe the pilot ejects. Okay. It took burn damage there. How much did it take is the question. And we'll find out. None. Okay. Noted. That's fine. It is our Vulcan that moves next. Technically, the Vulcan could come in and backstab the Venom. However, that would be exposing it to fire in the rear arc from all of these. I'm wondering if maybe we come in and backstab the Hussar instead. Yeah, we can definitely get away with that. This guy has 5 armor in his rear arc. This is likely a kill.
Roger.
Get in there. Boop. And an ejection. I like it.
Mech destroyed. Enemy down.
Okay. Now, as I previously stated, this Venom is a good target. For our Hunchy, it can move up right to here. If we move in a little bit closer, we would take a Malice from sprinting, but we'd be in ideal range. So that would actually be better for us.
Let's move.
Do it. Light him up.
Copy that, Commander.
Okay, that wasn't exactly 50%. Not great rolls on that. We hit 2 out of like 8. Oh well. That's fine. This guy is still a great target. The Locust is going to fire on this Venom's rear arc. Sure. We'll take a rear arc softening.
I live to serve.
Now, the Archer, can it get up to LOS? Yes, it can. Look at that. Now, this thing's still got pretty good evasive pips. But that's okay. We're better off with Artemis ammo here for sure.
Punching all the buttons.
Okay, decent armor reduction there, and it is now unsteady for all of our other mechs. This Venom is not long for this world. Phoenix Hawk, firing on that weapons carrier. Any damage into that exposed rear arc? Nope. Fine. Who's their phase 19 mover is the question. We're about to find out. It could be one of these guys, I suppose, but no, it's... That's a lot of heat. They hit the harasser a bit there, but the armor's holding. That was from the Venom. Okay, yeah, that's those quad medium pulse lasers. Sure. And then the Venom walks through fire. Okay.
What do you need?
The Guillotine is going to sprint up to this location. And we're going to fire on this Venom. We're even going to fire the medium laser here, I think. Actually, no, that's only 33%. We're not going to.
Copy that.
Light him up. And that is a dead Venom.
That one's gone.
Fantastic.
What can I do
Next.
for you?
The Raven could loop around over here and fire on the Owens. Or potentially slightly closer in on the Stinger. Who has some more evasive pips? Technically, that would be the... Actually, they have the same. The Stinger's armor is, I believe, weaker than the Owens armor. 620 versus 280. Yeah. Do it. Get in there.
Commander. Moving out.
Light up this Stinger. We have great hit odds here.
When I shoot you, you'll take it and like it.
2 from 15 hit by AMS. Not a useful AMS there. Our FTL missiles really doing work on that Stinger. Okay, the enemy Javelin is just kind of running around back there. That's fine.
Ready for orders.
Our Striker, we're going to continue putting missiles into this weapons carrier. The idea here is that hopefully, eventually, some get into that rear arc. Or create a new rear arc, or cause the pilot to eject, or something. A few more missiles hitting the Stinger. We're okay with that. Yellow Jacket sensor locking that Venom. Ooh, Gauss rifle right into that Javelin at that range. I would have expected that to miss. With 3 evasive pips at that range. Firing on the Raven, we don't care. That is not a relevant situation. Excellent. Phase 16, we are waiting on an ally movement. That's that J. Edgar. It's not going to get much done. And now we are waiting on their Phase 15 move, which is, I believe, up to the north? Yes, that Owens. Sure.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, now it's our Maxim moving, and I want to kill this Venom next. So we're going to come in here,
On the move.
right in behind him. And this is probably another kill, right? He might survive this with these armor numbers, but we'd have to get some pretty bad rolls for that to happen.
Copy that.
And we didn't. Fantastic.
Target eliminated.
Okay, next up,
Waiting for
the
orders.
J. Edgar. I want the J. Edgar to continue hitting this weapons carrier. I want this weapons carrier dead. And the J. Edgar is not particularly efficacious against the Javelin. So we'll just finish it off.
Frag to vehicle.
Excellent. We're definitely going to full clear this before our reinforcements come in. There's no doubt about that. We're going to come in behind the Javelin, which has already been softened up in its center. Although that's... we probably should have come in frontal arc. But we didn't have visuals on it before then. Oof, only 1 hit there? That's bad luck. Swiftwind moves up. Okay.
I'm here.
Next up, the Hunchy. I'd love to take the Hunchy here and hit this Stinger side arc. This is a fantastic position to be in. Now, this is its strong side, but also this is a Stinger, so what do we care? That's an arm destruction. Perfect.
Scarred a critical hit.
Okay. The Vulcan is also going to be able to run over this way, I think. A little bit of damage going in on that Striker. That's fine.
Waiting
We'll
for
see. Yeah, the Vulcan actually can get over here. Is this a charge? This is a charge. I would actually prefer to not charge here. Wait, we can get here with a sprint. But we can't actually kick him? It must be like 1 hex too far. Fair enough. We'll just get into the rear arc,
Roger that.
and we'll fire. I don't want to charge here. I don't like the armor damage that causes.
Firing full complement on enemy.
And I mean, the Vulcan is pretty underwhelming. There's no doubt about that. Little bit of damage into that Owens. Not that we care. Exactly. Okay, so their Owens moves next, and we'll see what it ends up doing, but if it moves up this way, it's sealing its fate. And it did.
We're getting outflanked.
Okay. This Owens is in substantial danger. Phoenix Hawk jumps and fires on the Owens. Doesn't get anything there. What we need to do is we need to get this Owens unsteady. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to utilize the Raven first. And we're going to hit this Owens from the rear arc. We're not firing the LRM, but everything else we're going to kick from the rear arc with. The primary purpose of this is to remove the evasive pips that the Owens has. Excellent. That's what we were looking for right there. Now, the archer can move up to here. And this is ideal range, right into the side arc. This could very easily kill the Owens outright right here. And there it goes.
One less target.
Perfect. Swiftwind moves up, sure. Now then, they've got a phase 13 and a phase 15 mover over here in the Stinger. The Javelin is shooting at the Swiftwind. We don't care about that. That is completely fine. It did put its back to the edge of the map, though.
Yeah?
Which is a little bit irritating. We're going to position the Guillotine here.
Confirmed.
The Guillotine is running a bit hot right now. So we're going to have to not fire the ERPPC this turn. But that's okay. That's a lot of damage into that Striker's side arc. And our allied J. Edgar is being useless, as expected. Our J. Edgar is going to come over this way. And we'll hit the side arc of this Javelin since we can't get into the rear arc. Honestly, I should have hit the front arc again. I knew that the front arc was exposed. Why didn't I move front arc there? I guess we can do that with the Maxim. Stinger just repositioning there.
What do you need?
Okay, let's bring in the Maxim here to this position. This is front arc. This may well finish off the Javelin. Okay, we crit the gyro, destroyed the gyro actually, and the engine is crit. And that's a pilot ejection. Wonderful.
Standing by.
Now the Striker can turn around and come up this direction.
Got it.
And the question is, do we hit their Stinger or do we hit their Striker? Our hit odds are slightly better on the Stinger, which surprises me. Do it.
On it.
That was some good hits.
Scored a critical hit.
Excellent.
Yeah?
And our Harasser is all the way over here, of course, and can just start making its way up.
Alright, full speed.
Excellent. So now their Striker moves. Sure. Little bit of damage into the Raven. That was pretty much expected.
Hit there.
Yellow Jacket not doing anything. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Our Hunchy, we can fire on either the Striker or the Stinger. Both are side arc. The Stinger is the sooner mover, so we're going to take it out.
Confirmed.
And that's a dead Stinger. Fantastic.
Enemy eliminated. Keep an eye on my heat
Phase 24, all that's left is that Striker. Indirect fire going in. Actually, they got 8 damage done. Nice. Which side is their weak side? This is their right torso, which will be this one here. Okay. So we're going to come in and hit the Striker in that right side. We're too close for our LRM-15 here, but that's okay. Hang on, this is... Oh yeah, that would be the left side. I'm a moron. And we stray-shotted twice. Okay. Well, the Vulcan will finish off that Striker. I have no doubt about that.
Good to go.
Take him out. We can't kick from this angle. Okay. We may have to... We could kick from this angle, but this would be front arc. This angle would be rear arc, but we'd have to punch. This angle would also be rear arc, but we could kick. That's ideal. Unfortunate, but... Okay. The striker probably doesn't die to this melee attack then. Especially with a miss. It definitely doesn't die.
Negative damage. Repeat. Negative damage.
That is some armor reduction on it, though. And that's okay. Phoenix Hawk is going to fire on him. Get a little bit of damage in there. And our archer is going to move up a little bit here. We're running pretty hot on the archer right now. That's definitely to be noted. Standard missiles are the way to go here, in my opinion. We only have the 60 rounds left, so that's a thing.
Firing.
On the standard missiles. Okay, a few hits there.
I got the heat spiking here.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yep.
Our harasser is going to continue moving up this direction.
Understood. Moving fast.
Wonderful. They're continuing to hit that striker.
Commander.
Our Maxim is hilariously far away.
Roger that. No shooting. Just running.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And our guillotine, can we get into LOS here? No, we can't.
Roger.
Okay, we'll just position. Our allies are unlikely to kill the striker before it moves.
Yes, Commander.
And our vehicles are even less likely.
Moving out.
Wonderful.
Receiving you.
And our striker itself, it'll move up over here.
Aye, aye.
And we'll fire into that side arc. But I don't expect that this will kill.
Engaging with target.
Maybe an ejection, but I doubt that. If we had hit that melee attack. But we didn't. So it's going to do a little bit of damage here. To the Hunchy. Okay, we have some AMS on that, so that's fine.
That could have been worse.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine. Okay,
I'm receiving you.
let's finish this guy off. We are side arc as it is right now. So we're going to stay put. I'm a little bit concerned about this overheat. I think I'm going to not fire this medium laser and this small laser so we sink a tiny amount of heat, but I do want to kill this thing. Not with that round, of course,
My heat gauge is getting pretty high.
but it's definitely dead this turn. There's no doubt about it. It moves phase 15.
Commander?
The Raven is just going to come in and melee it. Right in that weak side arc. Get in there.
On my way.
Okay, we successfully hit the melee. That's a good sign. It's still alive, though. The Vulcan, however,
How's it going?
is in position to also melee it in this side arc. Get in there. Is this side arc? Yeah, this is side arc. This should definitely kill it.
Position. Ah!
There we go. Perfect.
One more for the trash heap.
And that is the enemy wiped. Always good.
Reporting one less vehicle.
As expected, that was relatively easily.
Mission successful.
Relatively easily, huh? Yeah, that's how words work. That was relatively easily. Perfect. It was, though. It was relatively easy. I didn't really see anything that we're super interested in salvaging, so we're probably just going to be making money off of this. 500 KC bills, not too bad. Especially considering that we got the extra bonus objectives. Always nice. The Raven took a little bit of damage, but overall we didn't really take very much damage. We could grab 3 Chevalier parts. I don't think there's a reason to do that. We could grab 5 Javelin parts. Again, I don't think there's a reason to grab any of these. Not when instead we could be checking for... That's 19 generic heat sinks. 19 generic heat sinks might be a good sale. There's some interesting FCS here as well. Missile HP. Specifically to get through AMS. Interesting. A couple of heavy ferrofibrous armor. We'll grab those for sure. 3 standard fusion engines for sale. I like it. Some Deadfire LRM ammo. That's always convenient to have around. Streak SRM ammo. We have some of that, though. We could grab just engine cores. Those are options. We don't actually have a 190. Let's call that good. And we did get a lot of these parts, as expected. 5 medium lasers. We'll keep those around. SRM2 streaks. Get out of here. A couple of tags here. I'm okay with that. Engine Core 190 will keep. Engine Core 200 will sell. FCS Missile HP. We're going to keep those. Heavy ferrofibrous. So these are jump jet eyes. What's the difference here? Just additional jump capacity? Okay. I guess we'll keep those. SLDF sensors, always nice to have around. Standard fusion engines. We have plenty of those. Deadfire LRM ammo. Okay, yep, we're keeping that. And I guess we could keep the Streak SRM ammo. We can always sell it later if we have too much. The real question is, how much is this going to cost to repair? I don't think it'll cost all that much, really. The Raven took a decent amount of damage in terms of armor, but that might be tops 15,000 C-bills. The vehicles took a little bit. So maybe 20,000 C-bills and 5 days to repair. That's my estimation. We'll see how accurate that is. Okay, 13,000, 3 days. I like it. Comes in under the estimate. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to finish these repairs and probably head right on back out. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.